and 3 touchdowns. Our next stop in the county at Seneca. Seneca going for its second in a row, and Iroquois is their opponent tonight. Iroquois defense set to stop the Seneca running game. Chris Snyder can't get outside, bumped out of bounds by a pursuing Braves defense. Seneca comes close, and on 4th down, near the goal line, Scott Feeney comes up with the interception, and the Braves defense comes up big. Seneca defense was tough too, as you will see. There's a pitch to the outside, dropping the Iroquois runner in the backfield for a loss. Again with Seneca driving. The throw, the interception. This one taken by Scott Kramer, and the Braves stop another Seneca drive with an interception. Then Iroquois will give it to Jeff Sheldon. He will take it up the middle here, a gaping hole through the secondary, almost take it all the way, finally knocked down close to the 10-yard line, but it's 1st and 10 for Iroquois. And then a few plays later, watch Sheldon get the blocks, break tackles, streak into the end zone for a touchdown. Iroquois would go on and beat Seneca tonight by a final score of 13-0. Hold on and beat Harbor Creek. Here's the scoreboard in the Erie County League. Fairview and General McLean battled to a 22-22 tie. Fairview now 2 wins, no losses, 1 tie. McLean now 1-1-1. Northwestern beats Girard 21-0 tonight. Another shutout for Don Costa's defense. They've had 2 in 3 games so far. Fort LaBeouf behind Brian Milnes, big game again, 258 yards, 44 carries, beat Quarry 26-6. Northeast beats Harbor Creek 22-14, as you saw, and Iroquois 13-0 over Seneca, as the Braves pick up a very big win indeed. All right.
As Iroquois hosted General McLean. Second half action, game tied at 14. Good defense by the Braves. Sean Connolly pulls down J.J. Rennick for the loss. McLean also played well defensively. Number 40, Tad Kuvik, tackles Jeff Sheldon behind the line of scrimmage. Iroquois would mount a drive in the 4th. Watch the good pickup here by Paul Penberthy. Now they would get close enough to try the field goal. Let's see the attempt. It would be way short, though. Game was still tied at 14. McLean then put together a drive. Rennick slicing through the Iroquois defense for a 1st down, about 12 yards there. But again, defense the key. Watch Don Gray picking up the quarterback sack. It would end tied. There's your score of 14-14, McLean and Iroquois. The McDowell Tech, of course, that will be played Monday night at the stadium, 7 o'clock.
Pocket, then airs one, a pretty spiral to Tim Kerr. Lancers missed the point after those, 6-0. The Braves answer from the 3. Jeff Shelton bowls into the end zone. GM is shaking its head, though, for the 2nd straight week, a tie, 14-0 today. Now Cambridge Springs grabs a share of the French Creek Valley lead, blanking Conneaut Lake 25-0.
Around. Coach Phil Glass has a 2-1-1 record, and no opponent can take his team lightly. He says the winning is related to the feeling upstairs.
I think they've made a major adjustment in their attitudes and enthusiasm, and I think that's paying off on the game day. They've been working hard and doing what we've asked, and they're seeing some results. So, yeah, we're very pleased.
Glass also has to be happy with the play of his defense each week. The defensive unit has come up with some type of key play.
Go! Especially the secondary is all experience. We've been here a couple of years, and I've been here 3 years. We all know what we're doing and where we're going to be at and stuff. So that's how we get the big plays when we need them.
Iroquois will face Northwestern this weekend. There will be 2 new starting quarterbacks this Sunday. And
Mason's now 6-0. Fairview drops to 4-1-1. An upset down in Albion tonight. Harbor Creek wins its 2nd in a row. They beat Don Costa's Wildcats 21-15. Quarry over Seneca 27-14. Look what Iroquois did to neighboring Northeast 30-0. And General McLean beats Girard 38-21. And of course, they still have a game with Fort LaBeouf down the road, but it may have all have ended tonight for Northwestern, at least partially, with that loss to Harbor Creek. All right, our next stop out in the county was out at Northeast, and a tremendous effort tonight by the Braves of Iroquois, especially considering the fact that this game was on the road in Great Picker Land. They would drive early, key play on 3rd down, the pass to number 24, Jeff Sheldon, down the middle. That would set up a field goal for the Braves, and they would lead it 3-0. But Iroquois played great defense tonight. They shut down the Pickers passing game. Kevin Bailey on the coverage forcing the overthrow. Northeast forced a punt on that series. Watch 23 Sean Conley. He'll come right at you and then right down the sideline. Look at him go. He could go all the way. He will go all the way. Sean Conley, wide open, touchdown. The Braves go up by a score of 10-0. Now behind in the game, obviously on their home turf, the Pickers want to get back in it in a hurry. They try to do it through the air. Here's Scott Nauer with the interception. The Brave defense playing like the Steel Curtain, the Purple People Eaters. Anybody you want to remember? The Braves try to strike deep too.
41-6. The 90 moments at the stadium. Corey loses the Iroquois.
Today, one this afternoon, and one tonight out in Iroquois this afternoon. The upstart Braves at 3-2-1 hosted the 3-3 Corey Beavers. Iroquois up 14-13, looking to add more in the third quarter, but Pat Devine throws the interception right to Brandon Crotty, ending the Braves' drive. But Iroquois would get the ball back. Devine, watch him go back to pass, and does so. And how does Todd Dunda come up with this catch? I don't know, but he does. Great catch in traffic. That drive went into the fourth quarter. Jeff Sheldon, watch him take the pitch. He goes around the corner, rolls into the end zone, and it was 21-13 Iroquois at this point. Corey would then have to go to work, needing 8 points for the tie. Quarterback Kevin Fruchon complete to Nick Mitchell, who picks up the first down inside the 20. A few plays later, Tim Beal will drive ahead for 6, and Corey cut the Braves' lead to 21-19. Corey went for 2 points, and the tie. Fruchon rolls to his right. He will throw. It's to Mitchell, who tips it. He comes up with the grab, but he's out of bounds. Iroquois wins 21-19.
Notes for the perfect play call versus Corey. A counter handoff to Tom Dunda and forget it Beavers. He breaks into the clear, slips one last tackler inside the 20, and rolls 31 yards for 6, and the Braves win 21-19. At Conneaut Lake, Ken.
The Iroquois Braves are no longer the surprise team in the county. Now they're striving for a playoff spot as the season winds down. It was off to Gerard for Phil Glass's club and a date with the Jackets. The Braves went up top. Pat Devine deep to Todd Dunda. 45 yards later, Iroquois had the touchdown. More air Glass. Devine to Kevin Bailey, this time from 15 yards away from the 6. The Braves led
for Academy 42-6. Meadville a 3-point winner against Oil City. 3 touchdowns by Tim Beal tonight as Corey beat Harbor Creek. A 27-27 tie at Seneca between McLean and the Bobcats. Iroquois rolling to a big win over Girard 43-14. Cambridge Springs taking care of Union City 33-8. Cochranton a winner against Sagertown 18-7. Brent Camp.
Phil Glass's club, maybe the most improved in the ECL this year, needing a win to stay in contention for a playoff berth. On their first possession, Jeff Sheldon takes the handoff and dives in for 6. It was 6-0 Braves. Girard would lay down and die. Dale McDonald, does he sneak in from the 1? Watch the ref, number 15. Yes, 7-6. Girard with a 1-point lead. Iroquois comes right back, however. Sheldon takes the pitch, finds the hole in the secondary. You guessed it, kiss him goodbye. And with a 2-point conversion, led 14-7. Braves got the ball back with under 4 minutes left in the first half. You would think they would run, but no, they pass. And it's intercepted by Eric Walters as Girard was not fooled. And on the very next play, quick handoff to Tim Buckholtz, goes untouched all the way, 50 yards. That tied the game at 14. Girard thinking upset. But the Braves go back to work. Quarterback Pat Devine back, airs it to Todd Dunda, hauls it in, down the sidelines. Touchdown, Braves lead, 21-14. Still second quarter. Iroquois wants more. Do they get more? You better believe it. Scott Feeney with the catch. Iroquois leads 28-14. They win it big, 43-14. What a year for Phil Glass and the Iroquois Braves. Northwestern's at Fairview tonight, and for the first time this season, Fairview has
Union City as they prepare for the upcoming playoffs in single-A football next weekend. And the Bears would go for broke early on their first drive, 4th and short. They go for it. Quarterback Brad Rose hits an open Matt Giesbrecht for the score, 7-0 Union City. Union City went down deep into Braves territory in the second quarter, but they were stopped thanks to this big sack by number 83, Sean Triana. Now, Iroquois had difficulty moving the ball in the first half. Braves all-time leading rusher Jeff Sheldon wrapped up here. Braves had a chance to score late in the half. Pat Devine completes one to Todd Dunda, picks up some good yardage. plus a first down. But 2 plays later, Devine would be intercepted by Giesbrecht.
Trailing 7-0 deep in the fourth quarter. Todd Dunda bowls in from the 3. Braves still down 7-6. Planning ahead for the playoffs, Iroquois goes for 2. Smart choice. Pat Devine hits Kevin Bailey on a simple slant. Braves take the lead with 4.5 minutes left. Add another score, 15-7 the final. Iroquois now 6-3-1 entering the playoffs. Cambridge Springs.
Iroquois sees playoff action tomorrow night, and the Braves have the offensive weapons to advance in districts. Dave Sess reports on one of their spark plugs.
Preparing for the school's first playoff appearance, Pat Devine shows the calm of a postseason veteran. It comes from within the program and head coach Phil Glass.
I think that's probably it. He came in with a lot of confidence and he put it in us, and we have a lot of confidence in ourselves, and he opened up the offense and he made a big change, helped us out a lot.
Coach Glass has even valued Devine's input into the play calling. He's possibly the ECL's best quarterback, definitely the most underrated.
Underrated, yes. Very intelligent quarterback. A lot of our offense is called at the line of scrimmage, and you can't do that with just anybody. He is a classic quarterback that any coach in the world would want to have.
Devine has put up the numbers with plenty of help from his teammates. 6-3-1 is the most important figure, putting the Braves into the D10 title hunt Saturday night. Iroquois scrimmaged Linesville earlier, and Devine has been watching them ever since.
They were a hard-hitting, tough team. They're small, but they hit hard and stuff. We're looking for a tough game.
Dave Sess, SportsCenter 12.
Edinboro feels